Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is the start of Test Season 3 for the 2022 series of the Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup on Gran Turismo 7. After we spent 3 rounds from the Manufacturers Cup in the same test season, but it was a lot of challenging efforts to have 2 rounds to be in the Group 4 class to be labeled as a mandatory requirement. And also to have a non-mandatory race at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps to be racing up to have 12 laps with a series of mixed weather condition is going to get much challenging to be on the rain and go faster to be on a bright and sunny day. So right now, we're starting out in round 1. We'll be going in to be at Dragon Trail Seaside for the Group 3 class. We'll be ready to go to be on the available time schedule at the end of the day before moving on into round 2 for tomorrow. So starting out in 2100 to be in the 4th race entry before the final race is going to be on the last in 22 hours by the time. But hopefully every day, because it will be going forward to be starting out on the 1st race entry at 1800 hours before at the end of the round to stop at 22 hours. So I have to make sure to go in and choose any kinds of selections to be entered to participate. Go for the garage or rent an event specified car we'll be choosing for every Gran Turismo players if you like to go faster and stronger to make your mark onto the top 3 position. So now I have spent a lot of practice from circuit experience on the last part of the video to be in the full walkthrough, but it's going to get much excellent to have a good grid start with full start check for the number of players up to 16 in 16 laps. Tire choice will be go for the selection, so I have to make sure to have the Racing Soft compound tires is going to be a very hard place to go gripping up, and also to have some different compound tires to be well put up for today's forecast is a bright and sunny day. For my kind of a selection car, I have to go with a Toyota Supra GT500 1997 with the UDRS Insportec will be at the go. Because of my absence from Test Season 2 in Round 2 at Sardegna Road Track A is going to be my perfect time before I'm about to be on the absent. But I'll make sure I'll have to make it up before going in to step in to be in the first round in Test Season 3. VOP regulations will be set up automatically, depends which kind of the Group 3 car is going to have to go with. But do your best out there, take a lot of good practice, join in session to be in the lobby. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the session down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the Nations Cup in the first round of Test Season 3. Here we go, let's begin. Alright viewers, looks like everything is all set and good to go for having a good daytime condition on Dragon Trail Seaside. In about 30 seconds before the race begins, there's going to be an opening cutscene of the Nations Cup. It's going to be turns out to become very different for GT7, just like from GT Sport from last season. But man, this is going to be so awesome. It's going to be having a very good different racing cutscene view. Will be well represented to support the manufacturer brands and the country itself. 10 seconds and here we go. Let's get the show on the road before the start of the opening cutscene in 3 seconds. Beautiful. Very beautiful to have a cutscene of the Nations Cup for the 2022 series. So here we go folks. Test Season 3, Round 1 at Dragon Trail Seaside for the Group 3 class is about to go underway to have 15 drivers in 16 laps to be on the grid. let's go with the drivers to have some good liveries. And here's Harlot in first place in the Lexus RCF GT3. Famono's Brandon in second place. And here's Ninja_8530 in the Subaru WRX. Psycho Crowley is in fourth place. Fart Barb is now entered fifth place in the Volkswagen Beetle. And here's Fast Jeffy in sixth place in the Corvette. Racing Hobo in the Aston Martin B12 Vantage GT3. Landon in 8th place. 9th place, JR Mustang 03 is here. Position number 10 is Meep in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. Here's myself in position number 11 in the Toyota Supra. Jay Florentino takes the McLaren in 12th place. Keep Right in 13th place, choosing the Subaru BRZ GT300. Cookie is now entered in 14th place. Ecos is here on the 15th place at last. So let's go in and have 5 seconds to be in the grid start with full start check to have a good correction in the green. Drive well and take lap number 1 to be part in test season 3 of the Nations Cup in the 2022 series in round 1. Let's go underway and go clean racing to have a good excellent moment to be part onto the hashtag MyGTMoment. So it looks like it's going to get crowded out there onto turn number 2 before going up onto turn 3. Contact is now going to be called out onto the Aston Martin, while Jay Florentino in the McLaren is staying on the forward and passes on to be on the next turn to be part of the first hairpin to be correctly in to have a good position onto turn number 6. Sector 1 clear, now go down the hill onto turn number 7 through turn number 8 to be on the S's before taking on in turn 9. We all know the drill. After you may ever achieve on the circuit experience to be part in the full walkthrough from part number 25. So let's go and kick it up onto the high gear. JR Mustang 03 takes the defense for Aston Martin before the rest of the drivers will be going dive in onto the hairpin to be currently to be entered onto sector 3 at the end of sector 2. Hazard lights may be turned on as well, so keep our eyes checked and go entered onto the bus stop before taking the dead chicane. Oh boy, looks like Mitsubishi and Chevrolet Corvette just barely slowed down and a penalty for only 1 second to be effect. Better be careful, the dead chicane is going to be a major world of hurt for Group 3 cars when racing on Dragon Trail Seaside. Gonna have to stay right in. Landon overtakes UDRS Insportec in the Toyota Supra GT500 to be currently to be moved forward onto lap number 2 after taking lap number 1. Vanono's Brandon takes the lap time to be fastest in 1 minute 45.264 seconds is now currently in the lead. But this race is going to get much intense out there to be start in test season 3 of the Nations Cup. For my best moment to be part on test season 2 in round 2 at Sardinia Road Track A is going to have to do some absence before doing the perfect moment on the comeback. Just to be having a debut for the UDRS Insportec in the Toyota Supra GT500 is going to be a brand new step of a race car legend to be as a 1997 race car to be welcomed into the Group 3 class. Very challenging and very capable to be exclusively to be part in the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup in the 2022 series. Now let's go and catch up to be on JR Mustang 03 in the Aston Martin. Going well to be on the defense while Landon in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 currently to catch up on to position number 5 in the Volkswagen Beetle Group 3 with a different variation livery. But very good to have some specified cars to be temporarily to be featured in round 1 of test season 3. Gonna have to go forward and go high speed to be in the straightaway towards the hairpin at the final turn. Strategy is very important to have good excellent technique to be in Dragon Trail Seaside, folks. The spectators are really looking forward to see how the racing moments turns out for the top 3 drivers to be entered onto lap number 3. Vanono's Brandon is doing a good job to stay in the lead by having an update in the fastest lap time in a minute in 37.798 seconds. Clearly for doing a good run out there to stay on top of the lead along with Harliot in second place, followed by Ninja_8530 is currently in the number 3 spot. but still goes on out there for the battle to be in the middle section for several GT racers. Is going to have to go forward to have different livery cars in every Group 3 class. Now let's go and catch up on to JR Mustang 03 again to be entered on turn number 8. Follow the slipstream and go for the lineup to be on the inside of the apex. Try not to lose any concentration. It's all about doing some practice to see how an iconic GT500 race car can actually take on with some modern GT3 class is going to be going in to be well take. But however, it might be possible to have a Nissan GT-R in the same car class, just like the Toyota Supra in the 1997 model from Japan Grand Touring Car Championship. But it's going to be much awesome to see how two OG GT500s is going to be well featured to be in the Nations Cup. But it also might be possible, it might be true, that's going to be a very good proud moment to be on the hashtag MyGTMoment on Gran Turismo 7. And there it goes for the last second. Fartbarb just barely loses control in the Volkswagen Beetle Group 3, drops down below onto position number 9 until it drops in to stop at position 10. UDRS Insportec in the Toyota Supra is currently onto the number 6 spot in lap number 4. Keep it up, UDRS. A lot of spectators really want to do your best to try out for the Toyota Supra to be labeled as a team's variation, to be labeled as a new iconic racing legend. Oh boy, looks like there it goes. It's Landon in the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Group 3, takes the late braking position onto the first part of the hairpin before moving on into Sector 2. Position 5, however, for Insportec takes a good, excellent, clean run and go for the straightaway to be on the S-curves before moving forwards. But it's going to get a lot of rush out there for only 4 cars left remaining in the total gap distance in 13 seconds. Very good, excellent turn technique on the first part of the hairpin. Now let's go back again onto the bus stop. That chicane is going risky. But I hope you guys might have to be prepared. One car at the lineup is going to be the only technique work ever since from circuit experience. But of course, I just barely made a good jump start to build up with some good high simultaneous prize credits. But here comes JR Mustang 03 in the Aston Martin B12 Vantage GT3 is currently by the overtake at the final turn. But here comes the side-by-side onto the straightaway before entered onto lap number 5. But there you go, looks like Team UDRS in the Toyota Supra GT500 still barely got a lot of good ropes, and even the turbo lag response is going to be pumped up, and the exhaust fumes will be pushing up on every turn to be well de-accelerate without pushing up the turbocharge. So let's kick right in. Gonna have to take turn number 6 to go forward on sector 1. Coming forward again on to sector number 2 to dive down the hill in turn 7. But it's going to be so much thrilling of an excellent Group 3 race, ever since it might be possible to be caught on tape to be on the unexpected nighttime condition in Dragon Trail Seaside. But I just barely made myself as a driving witness for seeing this kind of a discovery. If there might be some no other more drivers will be welcome on board to be in session of the lobby. But of course, it might be possible to see how the wait times is going to get much extended by over 5 minutes. Gonna have to go in and take the dead chicane again. No contact, no getting hit by the barrier, no drama. Just what UDRS Insportec always have to do, exercise caution, just like Gran Turismo Sports. But here comes the yellow flag signal, just barely yet again. It's Bamono's Brandon is dropping down from first place through position number 4 to be on the Racing Soft compound tires. But somehow, it turns out to have a good thrilling moment for the Volkswagen Beetle team is now currently to have the original variation to take the lead. But however, the instant replay has to be called in during the part of the gameplay to be well see how that happened. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, on to the last minute. We have Harriet is now going back into the lead to be having a comeback moment to have a #1 spot, along with Ninja_8530 to be entered in position 2, and don't forget Psycho Crowley takes position number 3 by the ongoing to be entered to be in the bronze position by a total length of the gap in 12 seconds with a decimal of 896 seconds. Is going to have to changed up simultaneously to be on the minor update to be around on the course. So let's get in there and take the best stop chicane on to sector 3 after taking sector 2. Going forward and keep up the pace. That's the spirit. Take the bus stop by the entrance and go squeeze right in. Just like Daytona International Speedway in the real course, but differently by the opposite in a different racetrack. Gonna have to take that turn on to the final hairpin. Stay on it. And here comes Jay Florentino in the McLaren 650S GT3 along with JR Mustang 03 in the Aston Martin V12 Vantage GT3 is now coming in onto each other to catch up to UDRS Sportec in the Toyota Supra GT500. Originally, this designed to be used as a Castro Tom's number 36. But the number 97 is going to be a very good symbol of an icon to have a good GT500 race bet for Team UDRS to be set and debut in round 1 in test season 3 of the Nations Cup in the same year. Solid fine work to be on the first part of the turn. Coming in onto sector 2 to down the hill in turn 7 to go right back onto turn 8 and 9 to be on the S turns. And we have a yellow flag signal just barely called in, and it's Ninja_8530 in the Subaru WRX Group 3 is now dropping in and go up forward to have some further paces. Is going to be going on to have a last minute check. There he is right now. Ninja_8530 in the Subaru WRX Group 3 takes the recovery before entered again on sector 3 to take the bus stop that chicane. Better watch your pace, watch the apex, and go right in to be on the slightly risk. But still, but anyone's race out there for the first round on the last race entry will be doing the last resort. But still takes a lot of efforts out there for Group 3 racers is currently to be on the main clock. But here comes lap number 8 for the first and second place driver, while the third place is now moving on at the end of the 7. Toyota Supra in the UDRS Sportec is now going for the chase on the Boxer Subaru WRX Group 3 to have a good excellent turn 2 movement before coming in after taking turn 3. Pushing up onto the RPM, and here comes Landon in the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Group 3 along with Keep Right in position number 6. Cornering moves is going to be doing some hard work onto the pace, but only 2.4 seconds to go to catch up to Ninja_8530 in the WRX Group 3 to be currently onto the main ropes. Gonna have to tighten up. Keep pushing up on the RPM to go counter steering assist. 6th gear will do the best. Ooh, that was so close and barely made a clear close call for Sportec at the hairpin towards the end of sector 2. Now gonna have to go further up to build up the defense for Subaru in position number 3. However, UDRS Sportec is still barely trying to keep pushing forward to be well fitted to be on the racing soft compound tires. But here's Harriet and Psycho Crowley to be coming out into the pits until Ninja_8530 will be making the main call, will be called in. And there it goes. 3 drivers will be entered to be in the same tire compound type will be well determined. So not to mention, because it will might have a few enough usage of the fuel, will be doing a stop and go strategy. So here's Keep Right moving on in 3rd place along with Balmodo's Brandon in the Volkswagen Beetle Group 3. Now the crew is all done and finishing up to have the tire change until coming out into the pits. Solid fine work, and also to have a crossing red time is going to be having a further reminder notice. But not to mention, because it might be possible from last season to be on the test, so we have to make sure the drive entered to be on the pit lane correctly. So let's go right in and take a good, excellent lineup to be on the first part of the sector in this kind of a turn. Lap number 9 is going to get closer for only 7 laps to go by the remaining. But still, anyone still tried to keep up and go faster to beat Bambono's Brandon's lap time in 1 minute 37.798 seconds to be updated to be having a previous lap time to go faster by the limit. Total gap time by the distance is going to get much further for Team UDRS Insportec in the Toyota Supra GT500. Will be coming forward to be on the length of the gap to catch up to Ninja_8530 in position 7. While however, it might have to see several top 3 drivers is going to have to do the same thing, and also to have Keep Right will be entered to be in the top 3 position at the bronze. So let's go forward to be on the high pace and stay on track to be on the communication to be well driven on the circuit. Final hairpin onto the last turn to go right in. Successful and doing some good pace to be at the straightaway. People are coming in onto lap number 10 for only 6 more laps to go. Turn 1 clear. Now gonna have to take turn number 2 and 3 to be at the uphill. Corkscrew technique might be going opposite. And still gonna have to see how Ninja_8530 in the Subaru WRX Group 3 with a different variation will be catching up onto Racing Hobo on position 6. Still gonna have to do some length of the gap lineup to be on the course, is gonna have to go forward to be on the progression lap time. So now several drivers have made it in on the sector 2 and 3 by the determination choice to see how good for every Gran Turismo players to be part onto the Dragon Trail Seaside section of the track. Keep Right is doing good work out there to stay on the progression in position 3. But it might be quite coming in to have a good, excellent risk. 1 car lineup when entering in the bus stop death chicane is going to be a tough risk. So make sure to see how the yellow flag signal might have the goodwill checked. No drama, no problem. They know the drill. They could probably have to take the death chicane for only 1 car. Now let's move on and take the hairpin to be on the final turn to step up onto lap number 10 at the end. And here comes Krupke Fluke is now entered to be in the pits with the medium racing compound tires. That's the spirit. Insportec moves on in position 7 with the red time to be entered to have that most momentarily to be effect. Just gonna have to stay right in. 4 seconds up ahead in the gap, while Ninja_8530 is still currently to be updated on position 6, while Racing Hobo is moved forward onto position 5. And there goes Bambono's Brandon is now climbing up onto the bronze position in 3rd place. Cycle Crowley and Harliet is now going to have to stay on top to each other to be in 1st and 2nd place, by the length of the lineup is going to get much further out there to be in the range of the gap. Let's go right in and take a good, excellent updated check on Team UDRS Insportec in the Supra. Still barely tried to keep pushing up onto the high gear in 6th transmission before going in onto the hairpin. Excellent pace and go forward to be on the progression to have an excellent sector before doing another attempt on the death chicane. That's the ticket. Now going quicker and more practice to do some chicane technique. Still getting much further distance in about 3.9 seconds to go, folks. UDRS Insportec barely tried to go higher to be in the increased pace. After taking lap number 11 before entered into the 12th, Insportec will have to stay on track with Ninja_8530 in Subaru is now currently to stay in the same position when taking turn 2 and 3 to be on the upper hill corkscrew technique work. But it's going to get much excellent high speeds to be well put up, and a yellow flag signal is barely called in by a second ago. Gonna have to go right in. Inside the cornering, we'll have to do the right step. Braking 1 second to be on the gap. Ninja_8530 in the Subaru, and oh boy, looks like its Eagles is now going to be in the last position to be called out onto the blue flag section to be entered in the zone. Better make sure that there might be some blue flags will be called in to be waving around to be in the signal. Give faster cars will be proceed as well. So let's go and keep up the pace. Back to Sector 3, on to another round in the bus stop dead chicane. Moderation on the handling turns well. Almost there. Gonna have to stay on track with the main time. Final turn on the inside apex will be going smoothly for Team UDRS. Now, looks like the far distance is going to be going forward in lap number 13 for only 3 more laps to go. Keep Right and Racing Hobo is now going right in to take the battle to step up onto turn number 2 and 3, while Ninja_8530 in the Subaru WRX Group 3 is currently to be on the pursuit chase to have 2 cars will be coming over to have an excellent battle for position number 4. So it looks like 2 Subarus and an Aston Martin is going to have to go right in to take the battle before Toyota will be step in to join the fight. Let's see how the downhill takes the good progression in sector number 2. Alright, looks like Keep Right is now being overtaken by Ninja, is now going to have to take position 6. Position number 5 for the WRX Subaru Group 3 class, along with the GT500 race spec version, is going to have to stay on line before taking the hairpin at the end of sector 2. But don't forget, this will be a very good short moment between one GT300 and a single GT500 race car will be joining in to take the battle between the best moments between the classic and the modern Super GT series is going to have to go over to have an excellent grudge battle to see how Paces is all about to do some rushing up to catch up with modern Group 3 cars between 2 Japanese racing cars in the GT300 spec and GT500 will be moved forward at the end of the 13th lap. So let's do this. Lap number 14 is going to get closer for only 2 more laps remaining. There's Racing Hobo in the Aston Martin V12 Vantage GT3. Gonna have to take a good clean turn to let me pass through. It turns out to become very great to see how GT300 and GT500 to be part in the Group 3 class to be welcomed for the Nations Cup. As to be debuted for the Subaru BRC GT300 race car, is also to be putting up to have a number 1 recommend spot for every Subaru fans, including Keep Right, is now currently on the number 5 spot. So let's see how one original GT500 race car can probably have to catch up to a single modern Group 3 car in the different class. But still currently to be on a chase in position 4, driven by Ninja_8530 in the Subaru WRX Group 3. But however, Keep Right is going to be doing much great out there to be suitable to be well driven to be in the first time ever to have a brand new Group 3 car to be labeled as a GT300 class. The handling is doing great, just like the 1990s GT500 cars is going to be, turns out to see how the difference is going to be look alike. But it's not over yet. Looks like Racing Hobo is now pushing up onto the main ropes to catch up to Team UDRS Insportec in the Toyota Supra GT500 to catch up in position 5, keep right in the Subaru BRC GT300 race car. But lap number 15 is going to get closer for only one more lap to go, so hurry up you guys. The top 3 drivers have already made it in to have a good early start, to have a good proceed forward, to have an excellent racing strategy, to be on a separate range of the gap for only 31 seconds in total time. Almost there, just going to have to see how Keep Right is going to have to go forward to be on the hard going defense. Sector 1 clear again, now for Sector 2 to be on turn number 8. Fantastic work. Gonna have to stay on the right direction without pulling the brake in the S-turns. Passing right through to be on the curved straightaway before moving on to take the hairpin. Stay on track and go for the lineup to have a good, excellent focus for the GT500 race car from the 1990s before having some good forward effort to be in the 2020 model. But here comes the dead chicane. Gonna have to go quick and go faster to take a quick slipstream. We'll be staying on the line. And here it comes for the top 3 drivers have already made it into the final lap. This is it. This is going to be it. Harliet is now going in to take the number 1 spot to be in round 1 of Test Season 3 in the 2022 Series Nations Cup. Is going to be doing a good job to be in first place at the podium spot at the finish. But here comes UDRS Insportec. Will we get closer to Keep Right in the Subaru BRC GT300 race car? Is going to have to take one last showdown to go. Let's see how the excellent battle might be turns out. Very good. Looks like the modern GT300 has barely beaten by a GT500, but still not over yet because Insportec could probably have to take it all. Position number 5 is going to be the number 1 main goal, to have a good, excellent position on 5th place or higher. We might have to get better this time. And down the way they go. Several of the top 3 drivers have made it in onto the final sector to take the dead chicane for only one more to go. Vamonos Brendan in the Volkswagen Beetle Group 3 is now coming in to take the last part. And there it goes. Harliet is now going to have to take the last turn to be on the hairpin before the final stretch. Is going to have to do an excellent number 1 checker flag finish to be in first place in the Nations Cup. And there it is, folks. Harliet takes the win in round 1, Test Season 3 of the 2022 Series Nations Cup. What a fantastic, excellent win, you guys. Harliet takes the win and successful race complete. Psycho Crowley have finally finished in 2nd place, and there's Vamos Brandon is now entered to be in 3rd place at the bronze. UDRS Insportec just barely had a chance while Racing Hobo is in the scene, and that makes Keep Right is doing a good job to be well defended in position 5. Good game, folks. Absolutely good game for having the first round in Test Season 3 at Dragon Trail Seaside. First ever debut to see an iconic GT500 race car to go challenging with a modern Group 3 car, along with a single BRC GT300 2021 as well. 7th place is going to have to do much average to go harder and take on to be in the number 1 racer to be in the top 3 position. Team Lexus takes the win on the first place podium along with Team Subaru in 2nd place. But Volkswagen did a good job out there to be in position 3 at the bronze. So results has been confirmed, and that's how today's competition is going to be a tonight moment to be in the nighttime session to have the unexpected moment. But clearly the daytime in Dragon Trail turns out to become correction because some further interruptions for having some waiting time in the lobby. So there you have it, folks. Race position on 4 ended up in 7th place. Now that's competition. Well, I guess this is going to be very good to have 2.4 million credits before going up on to 500,000 credits. Good race, you guys. That was a very good, excellent race, and save a replay to be part in the highlights. As the winners for round 1 of the Nations Cup in Test Season 3 goes to Hal Laureate in the Lexus RCF GT3 2017. Total time in 26 minutes is doing a good effort to have Lexus to be on the #1 spot at the podium. For the second place goes to Psycho Crowley in the Subaru WRX Group 3 with the Dr. Pepper livery, takes the silver position at the spot. And also for third place goes to Bob Mono's Brennan in the Volkswagen Beetle Group 3. Very good job, you guys. So I'll have to go and top it in to congratulations to the top 3 drivers. What an excellent race and doing a good moment to be in the Nations Cup of the 2022 series. Okay, there's Harliet. Psycho Crowley and Bamoto's Brandon. But I mean, it's a lot of fun out there for today's weather forecast in a bright and sunny day with a temperature of 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Sounds like a very good warm temperature season to be on springtime before summer comes. But it will make sure to have a few days away before we're moving on into June. So I guess round 1 is complete before moving on into round 2 for the next race. Tomorrow is Saturday, you guys, and that means round 2 will be heading up at Fuji International Speedway to have a specified car to have 12 laps. We'll be doing a 1-make race by using a Radical SR3 SL 2013 to take the track. 2 choices whenever you're going to have to do by a garage or rent an event specified car to have a standard base color or livery if you like to choose. After round 2, before taking 5 race entry before the next day until Sunday, is going to be the final race in Nations Cup in the end of Test Season 3. 3 Super GT 500 race car in the 2016 season, especially to have 2 GT1 race car, is now also to be welcomed to be as a specified car to take place at Suzuka Circuit. With the exception of 2008 Super GT cars is not also to be featured, but also to have 5 Group 2 cars will be coming in as well. So everything is going to be quite good to be at the right start after Manufacturers Cup at the end of April to be early on May 1st. But I'm so very good to have a perfect moment to be in the 1-make race is going to be turns out well to be trying out with a Radical SR3 SL 2013. But luckily, I have already purchased from the Brand Central and added to the car index for a collection. But now, it's time to get ready to go and open up onto the 4-star roulette ticket. So let's see which prize should I get. Here I go. 4-star will go on. But I can't wait to get the SFR Racing concept. Maybe not? Oh yes, looks like talk about having some good golden 500,000 Gran Turismo credits. I'll take it. That should be quite getting closer to 3 million credits. But I'm so glad to be participate to have 2 circuit experience on Dragon Trail Seaside and Gardens. But I can't wait to get ready to go to do a next video. We'll be doing a UDRS livery to have a good selected road car to be on the SR3 SL 2013. By the looks of it, I'm about to choose this kind of a good excellent base color in the blue type. But it's going to be much beautiful to have this kind of a good interior view will be turns out to be put up to be as a racing car. But it is also to be as a road car, by the way folks, but I kinda like this good street legal road car to be well fitted to be as an ordinary midship layout. Two-seaters might be quite turns out to have a nice rims and also to have the different body kit is going to be putting up with some good racing spec version. But I'll make sure I'll be ready to wrap this up and get ready to go practice to have this good, excellent, radical road car. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeepNet Art, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.